Call to
Madam
order.
Temporary Chair.
Thank you. Call to order at 6:31. Should we do the pledge?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Roll call.
Bolin.
Here.
Dwyer.
Here.
Hanser Maynard.
Here.
Arwen is absent. Berucci.
Here.
Nasri. O'Neill.
Here.
Parker. And Slowinski. Is it up for quorum? We can do business.
All right. Public comments. There is no one here for public comment. We can move on. New business, approval of the minutes from the February 8th, 2022 meeting.
I'll move it. I'll second it.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. That's approved. Old business. Sounds bad, like it's old, but
I know.
current business. Finalize the RFP. So did everyone get a chance to read through? Thank you very much, Joe and Brad, who will probably watch this later, for working to put this together and for everyone's comments. I think it's good, and we incorporated Rennis's suggestions, correct?
I did not put them in yet.
Okay.
Where did that wasn't on the editing committee really, so.
No, what was his?
I never saw him.
He emailed
Something
us.
Your
Qualified,
qualifications.
very qualified and unqualified, you wanted that changed.
Yeah.
Something.
You said if you passed the bar,
You're qualified.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice to know.
yeah,
My cousin does real estate, I'll get him to bid.
yeah. That makes no sense.
Well, let's see. Okay,
You
so
wanna-
he said, I'll read exactly what he said. I've got his email right here. So it does follow section 201 of our code of ordinances, which is great for competitive bidding. I gently point out that an area might be susceptible to some slight improvement. I like his soft lawyer language. Hi. Mark Tracy
Hello.
here.
Yep.
Thank you. All right, so to catch you up, we're on old business, we're finalizing the RFP, so we're talking about Rennis's changes. So he said it's presumptive of the commission to utilize as evaluation criteria terminology such as highly qualified or unqualified when evaluating attorneys for this task. So he believes that, basically anybody who passes the bar should be qualified. So he thinks, reading between the lines there, I'm assuming he means that, a licensed attorney might take umbrage with a bunch of, us non-attorneys referring to them as being, I know a lot of lawyers, they are touchy about it. So maybe we want to change that. Or I think you did change it because it says commission will assign a rating of 1 best suited, 2 suited, or 3 at least suited. So I believe if everyone wants to skim and make sure that that's what he was talking about, but I think Brad did make that change.
Yeah, there it is.
It's
on top, actually.
Did you find where it said August?
Yeah, it's right on the first page. It's got that paragraph up top. It has suited, best suited, 2 suited, 3 least suited.
Yeah, okay, so that's
That's
where
right,
we
that is
originally
right.
had qualified. Okay, perfect. So I think we're good then, unless anyone has any other changes they would like to
Is
propose.
that the only one?
Yeah, that's all.
That's the only one that came to me.
Yeah, that's all he said.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah, all right, yeah, he suggested the best suited, least suited. So we won't hurt any lawyer feelings.
I know. Mike, really?
No, I think it's good.
I mean, originally they said he doesn't necessarily have to be a lawyer, it could be
That's
a
true.
professor of constitutional law or
Sure.
something.
Yeah, I saw rumors, yeah.
Yeah, it could be a retired clerk who's done one, I mean, that kind of stuff would have qualified, you know?
That's true.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, con law professor.
They're cheaper.
Or con law professor.
Yeah, probably. Tell them that would pay. They wouldn't have a.
I actually reached out to a constitutional law professor and they weren't interested.
I was terrified of this idea.
Nothing what?
No, they weren't.
Where's your city at?
You
Yeah.
can't talk in theory
No, they were
anymore,
like-
yeah, that should do something.
All right, so I mean, I think this is good. I think we've all read this over. We incorporated our changes. We went through it kind of fine tooth comb. So my account, it's good. Do we want to make a motion to finalize the RFP?
Can we just go over the dates?
Sure.
And not for, that I believe they're wrong or should be changes. Let's make sure they work for us.
That's a good idea because that was kind of a new ad as
And
well.
thank you for
right?
doing this because I know this was your skill.
Brad did it
Oh,
actually.
oh, did he?
I said I would do it,
Yeah,
but
that's
he
surely
went
not,
ahead and did
it's not
it.
my skill.
That's okay. We all have skills, different
So
skills.
let me, I will bring up my calendar.
Milestone?
Yeah.
Yeah, so today approved the final RFP.
So we
Then-
advertise tomorrow.
Yep, so tomorrow in August, you said that was fine, like once we approve, you just
Yeah,
post it.
tomorrow morning I get
good
in
to
and
go.
I'll log into Mitten and the other, what's the other one, BidNet, and I'll get it in there.
Okay,
If there's anybody else you have in mind that you want me to mail it to or email it to, let me know.
I will. I'm gonna want
It's
you
easy.
to mail it to
And you
the
can do
guy.
it too.
Right, if you know what, thank you, because the guy, Don, Denault, that
Yeah, I know Don
gave me some, yes, he said, he texted me or emailed me about a week and a half ago. I said, we're working on it, we should have it done by, I said, probably by tonight, and I'll send it to you, so. good.
So yeah, tomorrow morning, since this is the final one, I'll send it out to everyone that says final on it.
Perfect.
Or, you know, shareable, whatever you want to do, so you know it's the one.
Perfect.
Because no changes were made. I'll put it up on the BidNet. It's all about it'll ask me the date that we want it to close. And is that what we want to talk about changing?
And that's, I just want to look at and make it, do we think, well, by charter, we're required by ordinance here, it's 15 days, so we open the 16th. Do we think that's enough? And there's no right or wrong answer to that.
Well, 2 weeks is a pretty quick turnaround.
That's, so we're looking at what?
I mean, they're gonna wanna read the charter. We don't know how busy they are, but
Yeah, this is a minimum, isn't it? Because February's a short month.
yeah.
yeah, so 3 weeks, so if we open it up to 3 weeks from tomorrow, that would be the 16th. Do we feel more comfortable with that, or?
And
I feel
then,
comfortable, I would feel comfortable with more days.
and then we get it back and then we have a chance to get all of them, look at them and talk at them. You know, we have our meetings the first and the third Tuesdays of the month, right?
Right.
And we can meet right,
So it looks like March 22nd is a month from today, approximately.
Mm-hmm,
In fact, it actually is a month.
it's exactly.
Yeah, it has to be because it's February and March is 20. The 16th is what day of the week?
It's a
It's a
Wednesday.
St.
that's-
Patrick's Day is.
So you could get it to us that day. I feel more comfortable with more days for them. And then we got to do our homework. Then it's up to us to do our homework.
Yeah, so we're meeting, I think originally we had set that date because it was the 15 days and then that gave us like a full week plus
Right.
to review before our meeting on the 21st.
That's
So
a
this
lot.
would not give us a whole lot of time to review before
yeah,
that
you don't know
meeting.
how many you're gonna get.
That's true. It could be 2, it could be none, it could be 10, so I guess hard to say. So I'm comfortable with that if
I'm
everyone else is comfortable with that.
I'm betting less than 5.
Yeah, I would assume as well, so.
So here's the worst that happens. If we get 10 back and we can't review them all for the 22nd, the progress gets delayed 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's on us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to
Versus on
scare.
them.
I
I'd
wouldn't
rather-
want to scare anyone away with too tight of a timeline and have them say, forget it, I don't have to."
So these people got someone in mind. You can tell it's a short date. They got someone in mind. Why?
Yeah.
I agree with you. I'd rather, let's put the burden on us. And like I said,
Okay.
if we have to delay it 2 weeks, we delay it 2 weeks.
So we're changing March 10th to March 16th, which would be 3 weeks.
I think that's really good for a professional proposal. That's really
If it
good.
doesn't look like they're gonna come in, we can extend it.
Okay.
You can
Boom.
meet, you can meet
That's-
there and
that's
extend it.
Excellent idea as well. You'll let us know.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I'll give you progress reports.
Yeah.
And that'll, I mean, for the proposals must be received.
Yes, so the
That's
proposals,
16th?
yep, it'll be the 16th, and then they will be read aloud at Clausen City Hall, very exciting. Then I'll show up and
Crowds.
watch
Big
August.
Bid
go
op-
by
I like bid
months.
openings. This is a little bit
Could be
different.
fun.
Bid openings are fun.
That means we gotta go.
When you
And
see
then-
someone's heart sink. And theirs is the first bid that's open. It's the highest one.
So then the rest of our dates would be okay, we're gonna stick with March 22nd to review, and,
Yep.
you know, unless we have to push that back, and then April 2nd, we're still earmarking a public workshop for, because we wanted to give them an approximate date, and of course it can change, but
This is,
we wanna do that so they know what to expect.
this will be really helpful to them, seeing this calendar, especially that April 2nd date.
It's a Saturday.
Yeah.
Do we, August, do you have this in Word so you can change that?
And Word,
It's a-
yeah,
okay.
absolutely.
I was
have it
gonna
both.
say, because I only have a
No
PDF,
problem.
so, okay. All right, so we're good with the rest of those dates then?
I think those are good dates.
Okay. Any other changes you want to entertain?
Is that April 2nd on a Saturday?
Yep.
We're gonna say, yeah, that way they're fresh and we're fresh.
You can have it. There's more. Yeah, there's copies.
And we can always move it if we can't get through them, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, any of this is changeable, right, if something happens, so. Alright. Well, then I move that we approve
I'll
the
move it.
fund.
You're the chair. Let me,
Okay.
do you mind?
No, go ahead.
Okay, I'll move it that we, with the 2 changes made, that we approve this and direct August to advertise it.
I'll support that.
Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Alright,
So the changes just to be final were the 16th,
correct.
and that was, the other change was just an internal change of review, which I'm gonna change to review it on the 22nd, right?
No, we got
No,
some
that's
other
not a
changes.
change.
There's
So
only
it's-
one change.
Right.
It's-
Your two
well-
changes that threw me off.
Well, because you've got March 10th is listed twice.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
It's
so that's the reason.
it's the received by and the opening
Yeah.
date, so.
That's the 16th now.
16th.
Yeah, so they're the same. All right, and then, okay, so the next item on the agenda is discuss avenues for immediate release of the RFP. So August already mentioned, he's gonna post this on, I'm sorry, what was that acronym?
There's Mitten,
Mitten.
MITN, and BidNet. And
BidNet?
I'll work with Kelly Rao, the finance director. She has the logins for those. I'll have my own.
Okay,
Because my logins I have are all under Mike Smith's name, so you don't want to do that kind of stuff.
sure.
But we'll have that all done. It's already in works. So it'll go out tomorrow for sure.
And I'll
then-
get you, if you can, like, you're gonna forward it anyways, I'll forward to Donna. Do you
Yeah.
know what? Maybe I'll give you his address, you know what, email, because you're the clerk, and that way, I'm just a.
Yeah, but you all want the final version anyway. So when I put the 16th in, I'll send out the final PDF version to all of you. And it's a public thing. We'll put something on the website.
Good.
We'll tag something up there for what that's worth, you know.
Do we have a place on our website for proposals or bids
I
or?
think we do.
Probably, most.
Most cities do.
Yeah,
I'm not
most cities do.
sure. I'll talk to Nick. But yeah, we'll do that too.
Okay,
All the spots.
post it on the website, I mean, have to get posted on social media. Not that I think we're gonna get a lot of traffic from that, but, you know,
Will you s-
hey, you never know.
I recommend that we send a copy to the council. Just send it to them.
That's easy. No problem.
And you'll do that, August?
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yep, that's a good idea, just to keep them informed.
Absolutely.
Let them know.
Include Scott and Rennis and everyone, so.
Yes, obviously.
No.
Cool. All right, anything else for the discussion of the immediate release of the RFP? Cool. Commissioner comments? Anybody have any comments? No?
Quick question for August. Are you gonna get some names from Rennis on the lawyers?
I'm gonna send it to him too and see who wants to share it with.
Okay.
I'm not sure, he hasn't given me like a list or anything, but that discussion will happen.
Share
He
with,
works-
share with his
He's in
network.
that lawyer world and he.
That's right, no, he'll probably put it up, I'll ask him to specifically, there's a municipal lawyers, listserv. Where all that level of nerd all hangs out together.
After the league.
Yeah,
It's a certain level.
They can't get any other.
right,
Right, right.
yeah, fine, so that's, I'm in the clerk
That's
nerd world, so we all know each other.
Yep,
Yeah, this-
cool.
Yeah, good point.
I recommend next time we meet, we should start talking about how we're gonna handle the interviews.
Well, these coming up on the agenda, right? Next agenda items?
Yeah, yeah, we can talk about it. All right, any other commissioner comments before we move on?
No, I think we're all really in agreement as
Yeah.
far as this process is going. I think it's going very well.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for kind of spearheading it.
I think we have done a good job. All 9 of us have done it, and August with us, have done a good job.
Agreed. Yeah, part of the team, very nice. Okay, now I know we have a huge crowd of people here for public comment for items not on the agenda.
Rob, anything you want to add? Nope. No, you clear? Okay.
Jump in.
Comment, all right, so discussion on next agenda item. So I agree with you, yes, I think game plan, we, of course, welcome your expertise on this sort of thing. I don't think any of us have ever worked with a municipal bid before, so, I think your,
Interviewing attorneys is always fun.
yeah, your experience will be good. Okay, so we'll kind of game plan those interviews.
Everybody bring a question.
Yep, good idea.
That's
Bring a question.
Yeah, because there's
No.
gonna be 9
You
of
can
us.
set which ones are good and bad.
Yes. Now, will we ask them, similar to maybe like the city manager interviews, we will ask them to kind of briefly introduce themselves, explain their experience. That might kind of steal some of our questions, but we should still have
As it
good
relates
questions.
to municipal law
Sure.
and charters, specific, I don't care about their prosecutions and any of that other stuff. We want to know about this,
Yep,
How many have they done?
yeah.
How
yep.
many have done?
The answer's gonna be 1 to 0.
Yeah,
Because
I
there's just
agree.
no one. There's just, it doesn't happen. So
It's not done
don't
well.
expect to be blown away by anybody.
You might, have a couple that have done like 1 or 2 amendments.
Yeah, charter amendments.
Yeah.
But it'd be very, I
That's
should
probably gonna be the most common experience.
I should
isn't
probably
it?
send this
Do
to.
they teach it at law school?
Not really.
They teach you how to do this?
I'll send it to the Dearborn City attorneys. Wouldn't it be nice to get a couple of those guys because they have their house attorneys?
Yeah, that's it.
And they're doing a charter, they're doing a potential charter revision.
Sure.
Because they have to do it every 12 years. Just maybe you want to get together. They got a license, right?
Yeah,
Also, they have it like it's.
Every 12 years it's mandated.
12 years. Oh,
I bet they got
That's
I
really
bet they got a process all laid out.
Yeah.
we're every 80. So.
yes, once every 80 years is our,
Whether we need
So
to
we're
or
on
not.
track for it.
Let's
Yeah.
pray we're here for the next one.
Yeah,
Right.
that's right. Decide whether or not you want to do it again.
But yeah, I think, I've got his phone number because he called me back. I'll send it to him. It's like, hey, maybe they want to
yeah, I'd
moonlight.
love to hear their thoughts. I think
Yeah,
that's
they
really
may want to
interesting.
moonlight.
Yeah, if they're interested in even sitting in, and yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write that down, contact.
I will do that. I've got his phone number.
So, okay. Anything else for the next agenda? And of course, this will be a comprehensive list. Laura will be back
Laura
on the
will come up with
saddle
some
and
stuff.
she'll come up with some stuff, but, and, anyone can email her if you think of anything else.
Well, the most important thing that we're doing is this RFP. I don't know why there's even a need to meet March 8th if we're not getting the stuff in until after that.
Right.
I mean, I won't be here,
What do we even,
Okay.
but I'm just saying that
I mean, that's a valid point.
Right.
Yeah.
It may be
So,
just a
22nd.
game plan the interviews. It might be another quickie.
So that would be the 8th.
If, I think that's a good, on March 22nd, let's say we get 5 proposals. We're gonna hopefully decide at that point, hey, that we're gonna review all 5 of these people, or who do you think, and maybe we should, because my belief is plan on an hour per person.
45 minutes, yeah.
Okay, by the time they come in so it's like, do we want to interview for 5 hours or 3? We need to think about this, and I'm not saying decide it now, just think
Right.
about what we want to do, because if we get 10, we're gonna have to sit here and pare these down, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
And we're gonna probably pair these anyways and rank them 1 through 5, one way or another. And if we're here for 3, I don't mind going to 5, but we just have to, somehow we'll come together on the 22nd, we'll have read them and
Yeah.
we'll have ranked, in fact, we should say that.
We should rank them. for sure.
We should come to the meeting with them ranked. So that way,
And have any questions you might have, like there's holes in here, you might.
right. And it
That, that's what I'm wondering, because you brought up the potential to cancel the 8th meeting, because we won't have the RFPs back. I'm wondering, especially because so many of us are very inexperienced everyone's inexperienced
Yeah.
at charter revisions, because it's not done very often. but us especially, like, I don't know if we will be able to come up with good questions before seeing the returned RFPs.
There's nothing that says you can't just email me your questions, and I can't assemble them and have them on the 22nd anyway. You know, I can build
Yeah.
that list. That's what we did with the council members. Send me a question that you want, you know.
Yep.
That's what we did when we interviewed the city council or the city manager candidates. We all emailed one question to Scott, and Scott had, you know, 8 to work with when he started.
Yeah, because we do want to make sure our questions are the same across the board, so we're.
Yeah, and they gotta be vetted for, you know.
Sure, legality, yeah. Okay, so do we want to potentially cancel the meeting? I mean, do we have to do that in the meeting because we have to vote on it? Like, we
Yeah, you have
Yes,
to vote
We have
to,
to decide today,
And that way people know not to
Cancel.
plan their next Tuesday or the 2 Tuesdays from now.
right?
Because even if we look at what's in at that point, we still have, over another week, and we don't know what changes will, what we'll get in that meantime.
Well,
so-
we wouldn't, right? Because
Yeah.
don't we open them ceremoniously
You
all together on
you
the
just have a
16th,
name.
so we wouldn't even see it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, he might say you got something from Don and Alton.
Honingman or someone else.
Sure.
Yeah, but you don't have any idea what's inside.
So, no, I mean, unless someone thinks otherwise, I think maybe it would be a good idea to just not have a March 8th meeting because we're not gonna have a whole lot to do while we're waiting
I agree.
for
I
the
feel like
RFPs.
I feel like we have a couple of longer meetings ahead of us in this process. So maybe, cut down the one that's not necessary because we're gonna have to be putting in a little bit more time when we start doing interviews and.
It's a great point, because we're gonna have a long Saturday of interviews, so this kind of takes the place of that, so. I guess we'll
So I motion to, cancel the, Tuesday, March 8th meeting.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Then the
You
March
do some kind of cancellation August.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, so that's easy.
March 8th is canceled, till Laura took over her meeting and started canceling stuff.
What am I gonna do with myself on a
I
Tuesday
went mad
night?
with power.
I'm here every
Canceled.
Tuesday late.
It's not time. We'll tell her that.
Questions will email to
I
August.
quit my softball league now because of that. Play softball
Alright.
Tuesdays, I can't do it.
So unless anyone has anything else, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll do that.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
You guys all at the same time there.
Meeting adjourned. Look at that.
Look at that.
6:53.
6:53.